More big news tonight. The defense takes over in the penalty phase of the Boston Marathon bombings trial. Today, lawyers for convicted bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev began making the case that the former UMass Dartmouth student was a good kid, badly influenced by his older brother, and does not deserve to die. Eyewitness News reporter Jared Planners live outside federal court in Boston with the mobile newsroom.
Shannon, good evening. It is time for the defense to go full throttle. This is what they have been waiting for, all of it unfolding witness by witness. Defense lawyers Monday unveiling a sketch of their detailed plan to spare Dzhokhar Tsarnaev's life. Attorney David Bruck conveying their foremost theme. If Tamerlan hadn't been in the picture, would Dzhokhar have done this on his own? The defense questioned witnesses about Tamerlan's outbursts at a Cambridge mosque before the bombings, in which he espoused radical views and showed extremist videos Tamerlan sent Dzhokhar from Russia while seemingly radicalizing there. Tamerlan framed as combative and highly opinionated. Dzhokhar is quiet and mainstream. Bruck said the defense intends to address Tsarnaev family dynamics described as unstable and to call experts on both the Chechen culture and adolescent brain development. The defense is actively trying to convince jurors that life imprisonment is the right outcome here. Bruck referred to an existence in Supermax as, quote, an unrelenting punishment. He asked jurors not to strive for revenge in imposing death. There's no point in trying to hurt him as he hurt, because it can't be done. And coming up on Eyewitness News at 6, the defense broaches familiar territory. Rhode Island's Catherine Russell, Tamerlan's former wife, her mother, takes the stand. That is ahead. Live in Boston with the mobile newsroom, I'm Jared Planners, Eyewitness News.
Count on Eyewitness News for continuing coverage of the death penalty phase of the marathon bombings trial. New at 6, former U.S. Attorney Robert Correnti joins us live in studio to analyze today's dramatic developments in the courtroom. And now the Boston Marathon bombings trial. The defense began its case in the penalty phase today.
So far, their focus has been on the defendant's brother. This afternoon, lawyers called to the stand Tamerlan's former mother-in-law, who lived in North Kingstown at the time of the attacks. Eyewitness News reporter Jared Planners has a look at her testimony, new at 6, live outside federal court in Boston.
Mike, Shannon, good evening. Fascinating details emerge in Boston federal court courtesy of the defense, but much of it doesn't concern a convicted terrorist, but a dead one. As Dzhokhar Tsarnaev's defense began its mission Monday to keep the marathon bomber off death row, it started building its case effectively against older brother Tamerlan, the purported mastermind. With Tamerlan came talk of his widow, Catherine Russell, formerly of North Kingstown. Her mother and best friend testified. That friend, Gina Crawford, read a shocking text message Catherine sent her the day of the bombings. A lot more people are killed every day in Syria, she wrote. Russell's mother, Judith, recalled Tamerlan's obsession with religion and the insistence that Judith learn more about Islam, the faith that would become Catherine's. He tried to talk about that every time I saw him for the whole time I was seeing him. Russell, choking up at times, spoke of increasing isolation during Catherine's marriage. Catherine started wearing a headscarf. She remains a practicing Muslim to this day, and her daughter, fathered by Tamerlan, is now 4.5. She is healing. She's getting her life together. More like the Katie we knew. And the defense intends on covering a lot of ground. It just kept rattling off areas that they want to get to today. So no telling at this point how long that presentation will last. Live in Boston with the mobile newsroom tonight, I'm Jared Planners, Eyewitness News.